Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So my name's Katie and today we're going to be doing a book haul, which is very exciting. So all the books I've acquired over the last few months and we have quite a big stack. So this is not including like books I got for my birthday, although there are a few just like things I got for myself and things that were sent to me after I did my unboxing video. So if you want to see my birthday book haul, I'll leave that linked like in the cards or in the description or something. But yeah, so this is just books I bought myself or been sent to me by publishers, which is very exciting. Or yeah, that's basically it. So yeah, so let's just get started. I have lots of exciting books. I always say the word exciting and it's so annoying, but anyway. Yeah, so the first one is very exciting. And this one I was sad because initially I thought it was sold out. Well, it was sold out. And there was like no way of getting it, and like on eBay it was like £50 or £100. It's like no way I'm spending that on a book. But then it came back in stock on Waterstones, so I got it for like with some discounts and stuff, but basically like £10, which I was excited for. And that is the Waterstones edition of Chain of Iron. So this is the second book in the Last Hour series by Cassandra Clare, and I have the Waterstones Rune edition of Chain of Gold, that's the first one. So I was really excited to have a matching copy, and I'll have to try and get on the last one, is it Chain of Thorns, like when they first release it, because I must have just completely missed the announcement for this one. But yeah, so I'm excited to have it. It's very pretty and I like the little moths with the little skulls, and I really enjoyed Chain of Iron. I give it 5 stars. I'm a bit of trash for Shadowhunters, and honestly The Last Hours is one of my favourite like installments in the Shadowhunters, because I don't know, I've been on a bit of a Regency era type romance kick recently, and now I've been really liking it, like Bridgerton and The Midnight Bargain, and what else have I read? In a Marvellous Light, I think that's called. But yeah, anyway, so I've been loving like historical romance recently, so and that's what this one kind of vibes like. There's not a lot of plot, it's just all character angst. So yeah, so that's that one. And then next we have probably the most exciting arc I've ever received, unless you count Rhythm of War, but that wasn't really an arc. And also one last stop. Okay, one of the most exciting arcs I've ever got, and that is the Jasmine Throne by Tasha Suri. So this one I'm so excited for. Well, I mean, I've already read it, obviously. I got it a while ago. Got it in like May and read it like immediately. But I'm only now getting around to hauling it. But anyway, so I was very excited to receive this. And yeah, I was very anticipating this because obviously it's Sapphic and it's like one of the holy trinity of Sapphic books coming out this year. I really like Tasha Suri's other books. So they're not super popular. Like the Jasmine Throne seems to be getting loads of hype, which is amazing. But I feel like it's almost come out of nowhere a bit because her other books I've never really seen that many people talking about. But I mean, I'm so glad that she's getting more love, and hopefully more people will read Empire Sand and Realm of Ash after this because they're all really good. So yeah, I really liked her other books, and I was really excited to read this one, and I really enjoyed it actually. It's very kind of lyrical, and I'm actually going to be making a video of filming later today on 5 reasons to read the Jasmine Throne, so look out for that. But yeah, this is really good, and it just explores a lot of sort of important themes, like sort of family and also colonialism, sort of feminism in a kind of society where women aren't always seen to have that much power. So it's really good. I'd highly recommend, and I think it's actually out now, so definitely get buying. So yeah, so that's that one. I like art copies because they're always really fluffy and they're always really chunky. Like this is compared to a normal book. Like yeah, anyway. Okay, so since I picked this one up, this is my next one. So this is For the Wolf by Hannah Witten. So I read this one in ARC form on my Kindle from NetGalley, but I loved it so much that I wanted to get a physical copy. So that's the one. And it's such a pretty book. And actually, I say I wanted to get a physical copy, but actually Orbit sent me this finished copy, so I didn't buy it for myself. But I was very excited to receive it because yeah, I love this book, and it's just kind of, it's like fantasy romance, I would say. It's definitely heavy on the romance, but I love the atmosphere of this book. It's like set in a forest, and the forest is just impeccable, like creepy vibes, and I feel like this would be a really good book to read in like autumn time. I think that would be, and I just love the romance as well. The male love interest is like this himbo, like prince, and oh, he's so cute. And like cinnamon roll, maybe not himbo, more of a cinnamon roll. Cinnamon roll is a good word. Yeah, and it reminds me quite a bit of Syrian Sebron from Warbreaker. I feel like if you like Warbreaker, you really like this. But yeah, the writing's just so good, and I feel like there's a really good story between sisters in this one, because I initially thought we'd just be getting the perspective of like Red, who's kind of the main character, but we're also getting her sister who sort of stays. So Red gets sent into this forest as like a bride for the wolf, so that's kind of her storyline, and that's almost like a Beauty and the Beast type storyline. But then also her sister Neve is left in the like city, and she's always been for the throne, so she's going to be like the queen. So we're also following her story and like navigating the politics, which is really interesting, and also really interesting how the two stories tie together. So yeah, I would highly recommend this one, especially if you like foresty vibes and cinnamon rolls. Yeah, so anyway, I love this one, so that's that one. So next we have the, what's it called, Farseer trilogy by Robin Hobb. So we have Assassin's Apprentice, Royal Assassin, and Assassin's Quest. So I got these because okay, so I've currently read all of the Live Ship Trader series and all of the Tawny Man trilogy, but I've only ever read Assassin's Apprentice, which is this one, in the past. And I read that on audio, and I didn't like the audio that much, and I think maybe that's why I didn't love it as much. But all the rest of the Realm of the Elderlings I've been listening to on audio. Like I listened to Live Ships, I listened to Tawny Man, I've got all the Rainwild Chronicles on audiobook. And I'm planning on listening to the last trilogy, Fitz and the Fool, in audio as well. But these ones I didn't really like the audiobook for. I think because from what I remember, the narrator sounds really old, but Fitz is really young in these. And the narrator for the Tawny Man sounds younger than the narrator for these, which I don't know, just didn't make sense to me. Maybe it's just because they're older audiobooks. But I thought I would enjoy reading these like physically. And I really like Fitz now. I'm very attached to him, so I feel like I'm really gonna love his story as a younger man. Yeah, so I'm just really excited for these. Yeah, I think the one I'm most excited for is probably Assassin's Quest, based on what I know happens in it on events from the Tawny Man trilogy. And also I feel like I've heard Royal Assassin, there's quite a lot of Fitz and Molly, who not the biggest fan of. But yeah, I'm really excited to see all the characters when they're little babies. Yeah. And also see how events came to be in the Tawny Man trilogy. Also, I'm planning on rereading Assassin's Apprentice. I obviously wanted to like own them all to have the complete set, but I do really want to reread Assassin's Apprentice because I feel like it would just be a good place to start. And also I feel like I'll pick up on a lot more this time, because I feel like last time I just found it a bit like boring. And I'm sure when I read it last time, because this was quite a while ago, I was disappointed because it wasn't like super assassin-y, because the assassin is much more like underhanded political assassin type thing. But I think I know much more now kind of what to expect and what the like vibe of the Farseer bookkeep is. So I think I'm going to enjoy it much more this time around. So yeah, that's that trilogy. I can't believe I've been talking for 9 minutes already and I've only done about 6 books. Okay. So then next we have a few books that I bought myself as a reward for finishing my exams. And then we have a reward for doing well in my exams, but this one was just for finishing. So firstly I got Witches of Ashen Ruin by E. Latimer, and I'd heard good things about this one. I have actually read it now, which I did really enjoy. I gave it like 3.75, 4 stars. And this is kind of set in Ireland, which is really cool, and in like a small town, and it's very witchy, as you can probably tell from the title, and it's sapphic as well. And I really love the witchy vibes in this one. We're following, is it Danya? And she's kind of in her coven in the little village, and then there's this mysterious like serial killer who keeps killing people in the village, and the coven and this other coven that show up, who are kind of a bit mysterious, have to team up and work together to try and solve like what's happening. So yeah, it's really good. I enjoyed it a lot, and I'm pleased to have the copy. I think it's really cool. And also there's like a symbol on the back. I also thought it was a standalone, but I'm guessing it's not based on how the book finished. But yeah, so I'm excited to see the rest in this series. But yeah, this is another one with really like creepy vibes. I don't know, just vibes. So yeah, that's that one. And I also got myself Wild Lore by Amanda Foody, which is her first middle grade. I love the cover for this one. And where is it? There's another picture, like, look at all the little mushrooms. And yeah, that like end pages I think are really pretty. And I've read this one as well. I was just excited to have these books, so I like read them all. Because this one's actually really short. It's less than 300 pages and it's a middle grade, so like it'll only take you a few hours to read. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. It's probably like one of my new sort of favourite-ish middle grade series. Like, I have quite a few favourite middle grade series, but this is definitely one I'm gonna like keep up with as new books come out. And weirdly, having just hauled the Assassin Farseer trilogy, the main character in this one reminds me of a little baby Fitz. Like, he's kind of grumpy, and I don't know why, I just got Fitz vibes. Anyway, so I feel like this is like the middle grade version of Realm of the Underlings. But anyway, but it's a bit almost like How to Train Your Dragon, because this, the main guy, what's his name? Barkley, he sort of accidentally binds this beast. And so in the world, it's almost like Pokemon. They have these like beasts, and they like, the beasts live in like a tattoo on them, and then they can like summon them and come out. So Barkley accidentally binds this super powerful beast called a Lufthund, which is like a wolf thing. And then throughout the book, because he really doesn't want to be like a keeper, which is what the people with the beasts are called. So he's trying to get rid of his beast mark, but he also, in order to do that, he has to enter this competition, like I don't know what it's like a games thing where they compete with their beasts, and he has to win. So in order to do that, he has to like train with his beast and like team up together. So yeah, it's like How to Train Your Dragon type thing, and it's really cute and really good, and I like the characters, and I like the foresty setting. It's very much set in the forest and like woodlands, and I like all the beast magic, and yeah, I just really enjoyed it, so would highly recommend as well. And it's very pretty. This is the problem with leaving my book haul for so long. I've read all the books. Okay, actually this is one I haven't read. So the next book in this little 3 books I bought myself for finishing my exams is Machine by Elizabeth Bear. So I've got Ancestral Night as well by her, but I haven't read that one yet. And this is, I think it might be a companion, or at least connected in some way. But this was the main one I really wanted because I know this one's sapphic. And I think it's following like I don't know what it's for, Doctor. Oh no, maybe the first one's sapphic and this one is the doctory one. But anyway, so yeah, this one sounds really good because obviously I'm a medic, or a medic in training. And one thing that I've always wanted more of is like medicine in space. I just think that would be so cool. So let me read you the synopsis because I don't know, but it sounds good. So meet Dr. Jen. She hasn't had a decent cup of coffee in 15 years. The first part of her job involves jumping out of perfectly good spaceships. The second part requires developing emergency treatments for sick aliens of species she's never seen before. That just sounds so cool. She loves it, but her last emergency is proving a mystery. 2 ships, one ancient and one new, locked in a dangerous embrace, a mysterious crew suffering from an even more mysterious ailment, a ship mind trapped in an inadequate body, much of her memory pared away, a murderous virus from out of time. Unfortunately, Dr. Jones can't resist the mystery, which is why she's about to discover that everything she's dedicated her life to is a lie. Again, that just sounds so good. I'm like perfectly on my alley. And if it's sapphic as well, which I think it is, then that's just like even more perfect. So I'm so excited for this one actually. I might have to read it like sooner rather than later. And I think it's connected to Ancestral Night, but I don't think it's like a direct sequel or anything. So yeah, I'm very excited for this one, as you can probably tell. Okay, so then next we have another arc, and that is Master of Jinn by P. Jelly Clark. And I've read this one as well and loved it, so I'm very happy to have this copy, and maybe I'll have to do a like dedicated video review for a Master of Jinn. And the UK cover is really pretty as well. I'm not the biggest fan of the US cover for Master of Jinn, but I really like the UK one, which is good because I live in the UK. So yeah, so I'm just happy to have this one, and it's really good. And if you want to hear me talk about it, then I've mentioned it in basically every video I've ever made this year. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. Yeah, so that's this one. So yeah, I won't talk about that for too long because I'm trying to go a bit faster. Okay, so then I also have some gifts sent to me by lovely friends. So the amazing Nicole from Nicole and Her Books got me volumes 12 and 13 from the Full Metal Alchemist, like full metal editions, and I've been collecting these. So now I have up to volume 13, which is like so cool. And I've only read up to volume 4, so I have to get cracking on them. But yeah, they're just so pretty. I love this one, this Winry, so yeah, oh, she's so cute. And then I can't remember exactly who this is. I feel like maybe she's a general of some kind. I can't remember who that is, but anyway, she's looking good. So yeah, I'm very happy to have these. I love the Full Metal Alchemist mangas, and I've watched all the anime, so I really love that. But yeah, the ones I've read are the mangas I really like, so that's them. And then Sophia from Fantasy Book Addict got me volume 11. With this guy on the cover. I think this is one of the like homunculi, but I can't remember which one he is. Pride, maybe? Yeah, so that's, and she also got me, amazingly, Mexican Gothic, which is so pretty. So I'll talk about Mexican Gothic next. So, but yeah, this volume 11. So I'm very excited to have all these shiny Full Metal Alchemist editions. They're so pretty. They're gonna look so good. Well, they do look so good because I've had them for a little bit and put them on my shelf, and all together, oh, just so beautiful. Yeah, so then also Mexican Gothic. So I've read this also. I read this on audio in like January, but I really wanted a physical copy because I enjoyed it so much. And yeah, it's like a creepy house, but a Bly Manor, that's it. It gives me what is it called? The Haunting of Bly Manor vibes. Yeah, just the haunted house vibes, so good. We're following Naomi, who travels her, I don't think it's her sister, might be her cousin, has married this like strange Englishman and lives in the house, like in this quite secluded area. And the sister / cousin called Catalina, she starts sending mysterious letters. So Naomi goes to like visit them for a bit and try and investigate what's happening to her. And there's like this web of complicated haunted house and family like drama, because this family is very like mysterious and there's all sorts of strange like rituals and things going on, and it's really good. It's the kind of horror that I like. So I don't really like horror as in, well, I really don't like psychological like horror or thrillers, and I don't really like gory horror. Like I don't mind it, but I don't really like it. Like gore doesn't bother me, but I don't really like reading about it. But like creepy horror, like ghosts and haunted houses and creepy mushrooms, that sort of stuff I really like. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one. And if anyone has any like other horror type books similar to that, then definitely let me know in the comments, because that's something I would like more of, I think. Yeah. Okay, so that's that one. Another one sent to me by the publisher very kindly is The House of Always by Jen Lyons, and this is the 4th book in the, what's it even called? A Chorus of Dragons series. So this is one of my favourite fantasy series. I love it. All the characters are just trashy bisexuals and I love it. So yeah, this is the 4th installment. I read an arc of this in about March, which I really loved, and I'm very happy to have a nice physical copy. Yeah, it's got the little octopus on the front, which does kind of make sense if you read the book. And I'm very excited for the last book, which I think probably coming out next year. But anyway, yeah, this is a good installment. This one's a bit maybe quieter than the other installments, like it's more kind of reflective, and it gets a little bit cheesy, which I kind of love. I mean, the whole series is a little bit cheesy, to be honest, but yeah, so I really like this one, and I'm happy to have a physical copy. I'm not really very good at doing like proper reviews of books in book hauls, but if you want my full thoughts on it, then it'll be in my March wrap-up video, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure March wrap-up. Anyway, okay. So then next we have a couple of Waterstones purchases from when I found out I passed my exams / did quite well in them, which I was very happy. All I wanted to do was pass, because medicine, it's not really, you normally get like degree classifications, but medicine is just pass or fail. so I was happy to pass. So yeah, so anyway, so these I got for myself. So I got This Poison Heart by Kaylin Barron. And I haven't read Cinderella's Dead because, to be honest, I haven't heard the best things, so I'm not really that interested in it. But this one sounded so good, and so I really wanted to read it. Like Plant Gaze, my favourite thing. So I'll just read the synopsis because that's all I really know about it. So it says, to break an ancient curse, she must let her power bloom. Briasis has a gift. She can grow an apple seed from a seed in a heartbeat, and flowers bloom at her touch. And when she inherits an old house, suddenly she has the privacy to test her powers for the first time. But Bree starts to magic the house's rambling grounds back to life. She found she has also inherited generations of secrets. In a hidden garden overgrown with the most deadly poisonous plants on earth, a dark legacy lies waiting for her. And Bree's long departed ancestors won't let her rest till she finds it. So this just sounds so good. I love plant magic. Plant magic's probably one of my favourite kinds of magic. Yeah, and just the like dark secrets in a house. I mean, that kind of sounds almost a bit similar to Mexican Gothic. I just think it's going to be really good. So yeah, I'm very excited for this one. And it's not too long as well, so I feel like I can read this like relatively quickly. It's not like a chore of a book to get through. Cough, cough, eye of the world. But yeah, so I'm really excited, and the cover's so pretty. Yeah, so I just love plants. And then I also got Threadneedle by Carrie Thomas. So I've heard various things about this, and I didn't know how like excited I was for it, but when I was in Waterstones and saw it was so pretty and then read the synopsis, I actually thought it sounds really good. And also Robin Hobb has the quote on the back, so that kind of sold me a bit. It says, the magic both gleam and threatens, you want to give this a try. So it almost sounds a bit like darky magic, and this book gives me vibes of like it being not a lot of plot, just more like lyrical atmosphere, which I think sometimes I am in the mood for. So let me read the synopsis, because I don't know if this is in any way a Sleeping Beauty retelling. But yeah, anyway, so Anna's aunt has always warned her of the dangers of magic. It twists its knots. It's knots, its deadly consequences. Now Anna counts down the days to the ceremony that will forever bind her magic, until she meets Effie and Attis. They open her eyes to a London she never knew existed, a shop that sells memories, a secret library where the librarian feeds off words, a club a club where revellers lose themselves in a haze of spells. But as she is swept deeper into this world, Anna begins to wonder if her aunt was right all along. Is her magic a gift or a curse? So it sounds really good, and like hidden world in London. I think this is set in London. Did it say London? Yeah, London. Like hidden magic. It almost reminds me a bit of Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman. But yeah, I'm hoping this is going to be really good. So, and it's really chunky. Like, I don't think it's actually that long. I think it's only about 550 pages. But the pages must obviously be big. I think I found that with Harper Voyager books before. They're quite chunky pages, which is good because then you look and it feels like you've read a lot, even if you haven't. But yeah, so I'm excited for this one. I think it's going to be magical. This one also feels like a bit of an autumn book, so I might save it to read in like September or October. Okay, then the last two books I have were very exciting and also sent to me by the publisher, which is very kind of them. And yeah, so that is A Little Hatred and The Trouble with Peace by Joe Abercrombie, and I read these on holiday and I love them so much. So I have mixed feelings on the First Law trilogy, but these ones I just love so much. I feel like they sort of dealt with all the problems I had with First Law and just made it so perfect. And the characters. Yeah, so I'm also going to make a video of like a review for both of these together, so look out for that one. Yeah, so Golanx, is it Golanx? I can't say them. Sent these to me because they are doing a read along. At the moment I think they're on A Little Hatred, but then they're going to be doing A Trouble with Peace, and I'm going to be one of the stops for The Trouble with Peace. So that'll also be another video of a little section of the book me talking about. I'm going to try and request a certain section of the book, which is about page 300 to 350, which is like the gayest section in all of history. So I want to review that because I feel like that's my strong point. But anyway, yeah, so these are the Age of Madness books. So they're set in the First Law world, but they're set about 30 years-ish after the events of First Law, and it's mainly following sort of the next generation of characters. So like some of the characters are kind of children of characters from the original First Law series. And I know some people don't like that, but I always love it. Like some of my favourite series are the like continuation series of children. So like Shattered Realms by Cindy Williams-Chimer, which is the like continuation of Seven Realms and follows the children. I love that. Chain of the Last Hours books follow the children of the Infernal Devices, which I love. There's another series that I can't think of, but does it, and I love the continuation of the children. So yeah, I just really like this. All the characters are so good. Like Savine, oh, she's probably one of my new favourite female characters ever. I just love her. She sort of gives like Cersei Lannister vibes, but like better, and like as a machinist. I don't know, she's really good. Leo, who's an absolute disaster character. He's such a dumb idiot, but I love him, and he has so much repressed gay angst, and it's so painful to watch, but I hope he sorts himself out soon. Also is another great character. Honestly, after finishing The Trouble with Peace, also might be my favourite. Actually, no, Ricky's my favourite, but also is amazing. Yeah, he's just like that charming prince, and yeah, I just love him. And Ricky, although I think it's actually pronounced Ricka, it's like R-I-K-K-E, but I always pronounce it as Ricky in my head. She is the best. I love her, especially in The Trouble with Peace. Her story is just yeah, and then there's some other characters. Vic, who I actually really love, who she's like a spy. Yeah, and I feel like these. So first of all, I really love the characters because I feel like in First Law, the only character I really loved was Glockta. But these ones I love all the characters, and Glockta makes an appearance, who I love, and Savine is also the daughter of Glockta. So yeah, and then these ones have a really good plot. I feel like it's a really good sort of industrial revolution type, overthrowing the monarchs type thing. I mean, that hasn't really happened yet, but that's kind of what's like brewing. And yeah, I feel like the plot is a lot better than the First Law books. It feels like it's actually moving somewhere. And yeah, I really like the sort of whole idea of like the kind of workers and working class of sort of realising that they've been oppressed by the nobility, and they're kind of starting to rise up and overthrow them. And yeah, and it's just this kind of industrial age, and like things are progressing, but progress isn't always good, and oh, it's just so good. So yeah, I would highly recommend these. So that's that one. So that is everything. So I hope you enjoyed this book haul. It's gone quite long, but I'm very excited for all these books. So I hope you're all having a good day, and if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and consider subscribing if you haven't already. And yeah, I already said I hope you're having a good day. So if you're not watching it during the day, I hope you're having a good evening or night or whenever you're watching, and I will see you all next time.